Hello and welcome to the Generational Gamer. Retrobit was nice enough to send me some of their new Striker controllers. And as you can see, they are the perfect setup for the Sega Dreamcast. Now I've already covered this one. This is the wired version, and it is an awesome controller. This is also another Dreamcast controller I use. Notice it's the PlayStation Defender, but with this handy little adapter, you can turn it into a perfectly functional wireless Dreamcast controller. So, this is the one to beat. So we'll start with the white one, because that's the standard Dreamcast color. Let's open it up and see. Alright, here we go. So we'll pull this back. We'll lift that up. It's got its nice little hang tab. And we'll see if we can get this thing out. Here you go. So if it's broken down in your VMU section and your controller. To open up the VMU, this is what we have. Start off with USB-C to A. And wow, this thing's pretty sizable, chunky. I have a normal man-sized hand. She's a beefy girl. But fits a VMU nicely, and then you don't have to deal with too much else. So here's the Brook adapter I was using for the PlayStation. Pretty sizable, has rubber feet. It's not really going anywhere, that's pretty cool. Let's take a look at the controller. Alright, so this is a Hall effect joystick. The D-pad feels exactly the same as this one, really. Buttons feel okay, start button feels okay. That looks like the pairing button. I'm not seeing any lights come on, so I'm guessing it's not charged. Start button's not particularly, I mean, it's more like just a touch button. You just tap it and that's all it has. It doesn't have a whole lot of motion to it. But in fairness, neither does this one. This one has more push to it. Buttons feel pretty much the same. So we're going to charge this one and move on to the next. So you can see while it's charging, you get this amber light. So here's the blue one. So here's the controller, and I expect it to be exactly the same as the white controller. And I should be doing better not to bust up this damn box here. Look at this. Doesn't want to open. Not a big deal, it's just the box. And yes, it does feel exactly the same. So I'm going to charge this one as well, because I'm going to use all three of them before I give my final verdict. Now the black one is the one that interests me the most, because I love having black controllers. All my controllers are black, unless they come white like the PlayStation 5. In case you're wondering about my voice, yeah, I think I am getting sick. Here's the receiver. Once again, you get a USB-C to A. And, oh, that's pretty cool. Look at this. So, the blue one is actually translucent. You can even see the weight they added. I don't know what this is, probably pairing. So, if you're looking at, if you're looking at with the VMU, this is what it looks like. So, I bet that is the pairing button. There's no manual in here. Weird. Normally they have a manual.
Ah, there's the manual.
Blue one is actually translucent. You can even see the weight they added. So if you're looking at, if you're looking at with the VMU, this is what it looks like.
By the way, I could not get the third-party VMU to work. Make sure you use an authentic Sega VMU. Or at least something with a battery. So interestingly enough, even the Dreamcast does not recognize the third-party VMU. Take a look. So we go into File, and I have it connected, but you cannot see it. It doesn't recognize the memory card. I don't know whether this can be fixed via firmware or what, but it is something to consider. Now, I'm going to take it out, put it into another controller, put a Sega VMU in there. You can now see it. And now I'm going to connect the other controller, which you can now see that one connected right here. So the third party VMU is in controller port B. The first party is in controller port A, which is the wireless dongle. It's a little unusual. I don't understand it, but yeah, you know what? Just use the real ones, I guess.
All right, and lastly, the special edition black one. So this one I'm going to be extra careful with to try to open the box without damaging it. And I think I might just get it. There we go, look at that. Pull the flap back. Look at the Dreamcast orange. See if we can open this up ever so carefully. Ah, I crushed it a little bit. Crushed it! Come on. There we go. It's out. It's out. It's out. And once again, VMU and limited edition controller. You know, the only one I got out right was the white one. So weird. Oh, here we go. We can just pull this back. Look at that. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb and suggest that this feels exactly like the other two. And it does. So, you know, you've got your digital shoulder buttons and your analog shoulder buttons. Normal buttons for that, D-pad, and pretty cool. Also in here is the manual and the special edition. Pretty cool. So to pair the controller, you put the VMU dongle in there, press the triangle button, and then press start on the controller. If it doesn't work, press the sync button. And that is pretty much it. The only major difference is this one's black and limited series.
So, in order to really test it out, I wanted to try it with a fighting game. Soul Calibur is the best one on the console, so it was inevitable that I would test it. Also, it's a good test for the shoulder buttons and the D-pad. And as you can see, Killick wins. Overall, the controls are fine, so the controller is doing what it's supposed to do. Now, of course, you can't see the happy little pictures on the VMU, but who really cares? I mean, anybody who's playing the Dreamcast is in their 40s by now anyway, right? Or pretty damn close. Regardless, the controller itself is very functional. I do like it. Playing my favorite game on the console, Hydro Thunder. In fact, let's shift over to that right now. As you can see, I have no trouble with the analog buttons. I was able to get that super start. In fact, look at this. I can even easily get that boost. In order to do that, you have to brake and then turbo and accelerate simultaneously. The 360 version, they made it a button. But look at this. I am tearing through lap 1. Now, my personal advice is to always grab anything on a ramp the first lap and try not to get too much else. This way you can go over and fly like the wind. Let's advance a little bit. You can see my awesome score for the end. And I will once again reiterate that this controller is awesome. The only problem that I have really even noticed is the rumble is wicked strong. Almost a little too strong. Now, I don't know if you can change it. I didn't see anything in the manual that said you could. And I don't know if firmware updates will allow you to change it. But that is my only gripe with it. And it's a minor one. So it's a $50 controller. I'll leave a link in the description. Once again, I want to thank Retro Fighters for sending me these controllers, particularly the black one. I really do like that one. The dongles are interchangeable with the controllers. Now, I understand that not everybody's going to have 3 controllers to mess around with, but the black one works with the white one, and the blue one, and the white works with the blue and the black, and you can mix them as you choose. Overall, very good controllers with minor gripe. No big deal. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. Bye-bye.